Man, I gotta lock in. I gotta get this video out soon. When reaching deadlines, a lot of people abuse caffeine.
And I don't blame them one bit.
And caffeine can be good at times, but let's talk about caffeine addiction in a nutshell. Because there's a major difference between dabbling into a couple Red Bulls at times and then chugging G Fuel on the daily to the point where you have more energy than your 9-year-old little brother with ADHD, to the point where you're relying on this to give you energy. Now, I don't remember my first time ever having caffeine because caffeine is everywhere, especially in the Midwest. Mountain Dew is like water. I'm pretty sure I was born with a Mountain Dew in my left hand, but I do remember having Monster for the first time when I was like 11. I can conquer the world with this thing. Now let's talk about coffee. Now you can really go two separate ways with coffee. You either have black coffee, which probably means you're like a 75-year-old man, or you're a psychopath. You're a menace to society. I don't know if I want to mess with you. And then you have the people who load their coffee with a bunch of sorts of stuff in Red 40 and chemicals, all that type of stuff, to the point where it's not coffee. That thing's a milkshake. But coffee can be good at times, especially if you wake up very early. Starting your day off with a nice glass of Joe isn't too bad. I would honestly recommend it. Now let's talk about energy drinks. Now it's fine to dabble in every once in a while into a couple Red Bulls, maybe a Monster or a Bang or whatever you fancy. But some of these energy drinks just don't make any sense. Like G Fuel, do you really need to lock in for a video game? Like, do you really need motivation to hop on the game? Maybe if you like play video games for a living, that would maybe make some sense. But if you're just some average Joe who just wakes up and hops on the game and needs G Fuel, I don't know what you're doing. Like, reading some of these ingredient labels is just crazy. They got the whole Pythagorean theorem in this thing. Like, is this an ingredient label or is this an encyclopedia? Like, what are we doing? Man, I just realized I lost my opportunity to get any sponsors with what I just said. So G Fuel, just kidding. I love you. Even though I've never had you, maybe send me something. I don't know. G Fuel, I'm not calling you out. Now let's talk about the pinnacle of caffeine addiction. I'm talking mixing supplements like caffeine pills, energy drinks, coffee, pre-workout in there, all that you can imagine. And this is just really unhealthy, and you will probably die if you do that. So I wouldn't recommend that. You are going to be on life support. Your bloodstream is going to be like acid. I would not recommend this. This is like the obesity speed run. Not good.